Graham.
Hi Sarah, how are you today?
Really good, thank
Awesome.
you. Oh, thank you for meeting me today.
Not a problem at all.
And of course this morning we're going to be looking at one element of the teaching standards, which is wider research and findings.
Yeah.
But sort of really having a focus on, coming towards, sort of your experience in your career and looking at how you've become a highly effective practitioner. I know that term probably sounds a bit strange, but in terms of your confidence and your experiences, which has grown over the years. So I don't know if you want to talk about really what does research and reading mean to you, and what does it look like?
I mean, obviously the last sort of 5 years has seen a huge change in the Welsh education system, not just with teachers having the more power over what they can actually teach in their own classroom, but for me it was that shift of having research and inquiry as part of everyday practice.
Absolutely.
And for me, I suppose the change really happened about 5 years ago when my school started to embrace the concept of a school as a learning organisation, and all of a sudden I was being encouraged to try different things in the classroom, to take risks and to be innovative, which was a huge sort of change to what had gone prior. And a lot of that also came to culture, having a school as a learning organisation, and through the leadership, we were empowered to take these risks, to be innovative, and to trial things in the classroom. I mean, I suppose a good example recently from my own practice would have been sort of taking Rose and Shine's principles of instructions, which we use in the classroom, and actually incorporate it into a blended classroom. I also use the work of sort of Sherrington's synopsis of his work, sort of Double the Most, Teaching Like a Champion, and was still able to provide high quality teaching and learning in the classroom during periods of sort of blended teaching. And all of this was based upon wider reading and research. It was really much based on impact, and we sort of reviewed this as we were going along. And I said it was done as a school as a learning organisation. And what was also really great is that we were asked by Central South Consortia to sort of share the work that we'd done and how that was effective and how it was based within research. And I suppose that's another thing that sort of develops, Sarah, as well, is that we sort of build these networks as we go through our teaching career. So I suppose when we start, we may just really sort of have these sort of professional dialogues, the wider reading research, where it's directed by the university or it's directed by a mentor, and we sort of grow where we have colleagues that will start to have these dialogues with, be it teachers, LSAs. And obviously it's one thing that we do well in Palmerston is that we do have those buddy systems, so we're constantly having that sort of dialogue, that professional dialogue, and sharing what we've read and the research that we've done. And I suppose again, as we continue to grow for our career, we will start to engage with clusters, cross-curricular work, maybe with consortia, maybe with ITE, which is another thing that we're great at here, is at Palmerston we are an IT school, so we're able to share that wider reading, that research that we've done ourselves. Fantastic. And also it allows us to keep focused on teaching standards as well. And I suppose another really great example that I'm really passionate about in terms of wider reading research is appreciative inquiry. We do so many good things in schools, and I think sometimes we forget about that.
Yes.
So, take a second, let's see what we're doing well. Let's see why we're doing well and actually do more of it. So in terms of coming back to what wider reading research looks like to me, for me it's an integral part of what we need to do in the classroom every single day. It really has the ability to transform our practice and transform the learning of our children. So I would actively encourage everyone to build those networks, engage with colleagues at all levels, engage with the consortia, and also use the work that's already out there. There's so much great stuff that our colleagues have already done. For example, the Education Endowment Foundation has got some excellent research. Obviously all the MPEP work, which is on Hub, research and inquiry done by colleagues across Wales. So let's use it.
Wow, Graham, how much have you fitted in? That's amazing. But you're right, I think what's lovely for me is seeing the other end of the spectrum in terms of your teaching career, that you're drawing upon a huge breadth of experience and research that certainly has had a really positive impact on your practice. But again, for me, it's that journey of widening,
Absolutely.
and drawing upon research from all areas, not just keeping it within school, but actually having that lens that goes beyond. And I think the impact on that has been really helpful for the school.
And that culture as well. Having leaders empowering their teachers to take those risks, to be innovative.
Absolutely.
And always bring it back to that wider reading research. And who better than teachers themselves to take advantage of evidence research and try it in the classroom?
Yes,
what empowering.
In the right culture, in the right place.
Absolutely.
It can be absolutely powerful. So thank you so much for that. And we'll carry on that lovely journey, which is brilliant.
Thank you.
Diolch.